Alrighty, here we are back in Cape Girardeau once again. Right now we are traveling eastbound on Independence Street. We've currently come to a stoplight, Carruthers Avenue and Sheridan Drive, where they intersect with, of course, Independence. On the right there is the Show Me's restaurant. That's, again, that's Cape Girardeau's, or not Cape Girardeau, but, you know, the southeast Missouri region of their version of Hooters. And quite personally, I'd have to say they're not as good as Hooters. Alright, so anyway, we're heading down the street here. And right up here on the right is what used to be the old Thorngate building. They're doing a lot of construction there. Place Blair Packaging is moving in there. And as most of you know, when there was a guy running for president, he goes by the name of Obama, and he was in that there building. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Again, another stoplight here. They're everywhere in Cape Girardeau. This one's Independence and West End Boulevard. And there was a guy in camo shorts with an afro, it looked like. Alright, so here we are, kind of in a bit of a residential area here. On the left, you might notice there are some hoodlums playing in the sidewalk in the grass. That happens around here. Not much you can do. And coming up yet again on another stoplight. This one's Pacific Street. And we're going to go straight on through it. And it's green now. Alrighty, I see up ahead another stoplight just turned red. Maybe, just maybe, it'll be green by the time we get there. Don't know if you noticed the guy on the sidewalk there to my right. That guy was in a suit. In case you're wondering, here in the Heartland, it's a Sunday, February 2011. Today is the 20th of February, and it's almost 1 o'clock. In the Heartland. Now, here in the Heartland, we're on the United States Central Time Zone, which is 1 hour behind the East Coast Time Zone, and 2 hours ahead of the West, which is California. Okay, so as we're driving down the road, here on the right, you'll see is the newest Cape Girardeau here, United States Courthouse. And right here on the right as well is the old one, which is City Hall. That's city with a C. And coming over the hill now, and here we are arriving into downtown Cape Girardeau. Not a lot going on here today. It is a Sunday, and lots of places are closed. What we're gonna do now is go ahead and go through this stop sign here, and then we're gonna make a left-hand turn here at the next one, which is gonna be Main Street. Now, if you've seen the previous segments, we've been on Main Street before, and it's the street with a clock in the middle of it. Again, you gotta go out and around the clock. There it is. I'm kind of zooming in on it, but I'm also getting closer. It's quarter until 1 o'clock here in the Heartland. Yeah, well, that's according to the Main Street clock. And here on the left, you would think we're in New York. They got scaffolding built there, doing a little construction to the Cape Wiggery shop. Here's another, I think I've told you before, Good Eats. Broussard's Cajun food. They got really good chicken strips and a great honey mustard. We're going to go ahead and go straight and stay on Main Street and head outside of town here on the highway. Now, a lot of people don't know. Now, if you look to the right here, you can see over the flood wall, and that's the mighty Mississippi River. She has flooded places here before. The biggest one was back in 1993, and it was bad. Okay, we're kind of running into an older part of town here, and the roads are a little rougher, and there's not much going on down here. They've kind of moved away from this part of town, but it's still here. It's kind of like Illinois, and I pronounced that correctly for you listeners and viewers. Illinois has an S on the end of it, but that S is silent. Anyway, I'm crossing through the flood wall and am now into the unsafe part of town in terms of being flooded for water. This here is the Red Star District, and again, many churches here in the Cape Girardeau area. Oh, there's a kid with a dog on the sidewalk. You pervs out there, that's not what that's for. He's just having fun. Anyway, here on the left is the Red Star Baptist Church, and one of many churches here in the heartland. Just gonna have to point out, they've got Sunday service at 10:40 a.m. and it looks like we missed it. Okay, so here we are driving still on Main Street in Cape Girardeau, and I'm gonna have to say what's going on. I don't really know. There's, like I said, there's not much here. And the speed limit's 30 on Main Street. So we're doing 29. This Chevrolet is kind of doing under the speed there. And I'm going to make a left-hand turn here in just a second onto Green Acres, like the show from way back when. I don't know if you can catch the reruns on the TV land anymore, but they used to do it. And here we are on Green Acres, cutting through. This is a residential area, and there's a house that's still got its Christmas lights on the top there. I wonder why they're still up. It's February, and it's, in case you're wondering, also, it is 70 degrees here in the heartland. Now also, here we are. This is Big Bend Road I'm turning right on, which is also US 177. I'm sorry, Missouri 177. I got my wires crossed there a little bit. Speed limit picks up a bit, so we're going to, well, we're going to step it up a bit. Now, we are going to make a left-hand turn here in just a few minutes, and then we're going to be on to Lexington, and that one cuts not really through town, but it is technically, you know, well, it's kind of the middle of town in terms of all the residentials and what have yous. But anyway, we're going to keep on cruising a little bit here. And actually, you know what? I think we're gonna skip Lexington, and we're gonna take the old Cape Rock. You know, I changed my mind yet again. We're gonna stick with Lexington here on the left. This will be a little quicker and less of a bumpy ride. Whoa, maybe not. Okay, never mind then. Well, up here, we're on Lexington now, heading west. It's westbound on Lexington. And, you know, there's a school out here on the left at this here intersection right here, which takes you, yeah, that's okay, car. We're not driving. You just pull right out in front of us. Yeah, anyway, that happens a lot here, and it's quite aggravating. I must say, if I didn't have the camera on, I probably would have honked at him. Even though there's another guy in front of me that should have done it. But I don't know if you can see, but I can see it here in the guy's mirror. He's yakking on his cell phone. So that doesn't seem like something safe to do when you're driving around town. But then again, I'm holding a camera. Here on the left, and actually on the right as well, is a lot of woodland. And like I said, we're in the middle of town. They got quite a lot of urban acres, is what I believe the city calls it, and it's just not something you would expect for being in the middle of town, you know, and what have you. Well, coming up here is going to be also somewhere we've been before, the First Baptist Church. Up on the top there, you can see the steeple on the left. And we've been here before. What some people may not know, and I don't know if I've covered this before, so I'm going to go ahead and do it just in case. The First Baptist Church used to be down on Broadway. That's Broadway, down there by and on the Southeast campus. Here's a good look there at the church, like I said. And here's the sign there, First Baptist Church. And they've got them a new little LED sign, high tech. Anyway, that there is, that church used to be on Broadway, and now that church actually moved because they were growing smaller. And now the University of Southeast Missouri State has purchased that building and land, and they have turned it into offices, and there is a little, like, a art museum in there. And that's about it, actually. I don't really know that there's anything else that needs to be covered on that. So, anyway, still heading west on Lexington. And we're going to come up to another street here in a minute. And I'm going to make a left-hand turn. But that's not for just a little bit. Right now we're at the intersection of Lexington and Sherwood. Sherwood is a tiny little road that cuts through the residential area. And they've got a lot of street names like that, Sherwood, and there's Robin Hood, and there's Westwood, and, you know, they got a lot of foresty type names over there. Kind of like maybe we're in the Sherwood Forest. I don't know. But anyway, here is that street we were going to turn left onto. It is Perryville Road, and we're going to be going southbound onto Perryville. And also still cutting through the residential areas to get back to civilization, so to speak. But anyhow, there wasn't much going on through here really at all. up until about the 1940s. It's when they started moving in the cattle and such. And an old guy named Steve Allen, not related to Tim Allen, the actor, he moved into town here on the Perryville Road and built him a house. And because of him, they turned it into a residential area. Here again, there's another church, the Bethel Assembly of God. I think I've covered them before as well. But anyhow, there it is. And also another church here on the left, the Westminster Presbyterian Church. And they got that big fish there. I don't know if you can see it because I'm holding the camera backwards, but I can get a shot of it in the mirror there. There's a fish and a cross there. And that's how they advertise. Okay, now we're going to turn right onto Cape Rock Drive here. The new one, not the old one that I talked about before. Still in the residential area. We're coming up on a park, a city park here in Cape Girardeau, and it's Dennis Sibley Park, and it's down at the bottom of this hill here on the right. Now, when I was a kid, I had a friend that lived close by here. We aren't really friends so much anymore, but when we were kids, we used to ride our bikes down to this park here, and we'd play in the creek. Anyhow, passing the park now and heading on up the road. Also, still in residential lands here. Another church, the Maple United Methodist there. It's on the left. I'm telling you, if I could count it on one hand, I'd be surprised. But I know I can't because there's way too many churches here. But I don't mean too many, like it's a bad thing, but a lot of churches nonetheless. And anyhow, we're passing Ford Drive on the right. That's named after the guy, Ford, like the car. And he's got some distant relatives here in town that don't really associate with him. So they didn't get the royalties. But anyhow, they've got little things here and there, and they get by. Also, right now, I'm behind a guy. I don't know what he's doing, hitting the brakes for no apparent reason, because that car could have turned off at any time elsewhere. Anyway, we're coming up again onto Kings Highway, and we're going to go straight and cross Kings Highway, and we're at the stoplight of Kings Highway and Cape Rock. Now, straight across is the Arena Park, which is the home to the SEMO District Fair, and they do all kinds of stuff there periodically. I think today there's actually an old car show going on. I can see the cars on there. There's an old truck on a trailer coming out. I'm pretty sure they've got some fancy stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and stop the camera for a second and reset it so I've got some more time, because I don't want to run out. Alrighty.